Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to the Owl Upstairs Tarot. Thank you so much for being here today. I have my lovely assistant, Pody, here with me. He seemed very curious when I started the video, like he wanted to be a part of it. So thank you, Podies, for your contribution to the team, the team of light. Guys, how have we been? It's been quite a few days. The spring equinox that's coming up has, for me personally, brought up a lot of emotions, a lot of personal insights and things that I just didn't know were under the surface, but that's the gift of the spring equinox. So equinoxes, they occur twice a year. So we have a spring one and we have a fall one. And what that represents is equal balance throughout the day and night. So on the equinox, we have 12 hours of day and 12 hours a night. And the equinoxes are a part of the wheel of the year, which are celebrated by many spiritual seekers and pagans and witches and also just nature lovers of all kinds that don't necessarily follow a spiritual tradition, but it really marks the rhythms of the earth, or like the Sabbats for the year. So the spring equinox is typically between, this year it's March 19th, but it can be through like March 23rd. But it's also known as Ostara, depending on how it's pronounced. If you know how to pronounce it, let me know in the comments below. In the northern hemisphere it's now, but in the southern hemisphere we're actually approaching the autumn equinox. So if you're in the southern hemisphere, the autumn equinox is what applies to you right now. But we're talking about the spring equinox today. So everything is surrounded by new life. We have all the flowers blooming, things that were intentions we sowed at Embolic, which was in February, are now popping up and coming into life. And so it makes sense why the things that were under the surface, emotions or anything in life that were planted at that time, are now coming into harvest, or we're seeing the blooms of those intentions now. So we might also within ourselves feel lighter or more energized, and that can also go into Aries season 2 as we're starting a new cardinal sign of the zodiac, which is a very impulsive, fiery, like Aries is the initiator, the first of these zodiac wheel of life. So there's a lot of excitement going on, lots of possibilities that are to come, and there's a lot of potential and creative abilities in the upcoming months. So now is also a really good time to set intentions if you like to work with the lunar cycles, or if you like to work with the energies of the earth. Now is a great time to plant new seeds. And so today's reading was inspired by the spring equinox. Today is actually the equinox, the time I'm recording it, so the energies that are here and now will be a part of the tarot reading. And I do feel like I'm going to set an intention before we draw cards today. I'll set an invocation, an intention, just to kind of bring in some new elements within these readings, so that, again, I'm building community space with you all, but then also since we are part of one field of consciousness, as we set our intentions to work from the heart, or work with anything within our lives, the power of our intention just amplifies as we put forth our energies into what it is we truly desire. So I truly desire to connect with you from the heart, so that's what I'm going to be setting my intention as today. So if you feel called, I will see you in the readings in just a few moments. And one more thing I totally forgot to mention. This is not including the eclipses. The eclipses will be a whole separate thing. I'll probably talk about the eclipses in the next reading because we have eclipse season under the full moon next Monday. It's the 25th of this month. And then we actually have the solar eclipse in the beginning of April. So we'll talk about that because that adds a whole other layer to all of this. So yeah. Just letting you know that's to come as well. Hello, loves. Welcome to the Owl Upstairs Tarot. Today we are going to draw the cards together for the 3 piles and create a sacred space for these readings. I hope, or my intention is that by doing this together, we are creating a very sacred connection and unconditional love by setting our intentions and our energies into alignment, into frequency with one another. So if you feel called, you are absolutely welcome to take a breath with me here, but I am going to just take a breath and focus my energy, my intention into my heart center. Feels nice to come into the here and now moment. And we ask you, Spirit of the highest light and resonance and of unconditional love, to come and be with us now, to protect and guide and uplift our mind, body, and spirits into unconditional love. May we all trust in your guidance and know that you're with us each and every moment, guiding us along our soul's journey. We ask now, Spirit, that you please use me as a vessel, a conduit for this beautiful energy to give messages around the spring equinox for each piles that we draw. May each of the piles be unique and beautiful and resonate with the hearts that they are supposed to find throughout time and space during this timeless reading and the new beginnings that are ushering into each and every one of our lives. We thank you so much, Spirit, for the guidance, the gifts, and the abilities to be able to connect with one another in this platform. We are so very grateful. And so it is. Wow. The energy right now is just so nice. It makes me tear up a little bit just with gratitude and just lovely symbolism. I'm seeing lots of eggs and Easter bunnies and tulips and, all just the wonderful spring energy. So I do feel like we have a strong connection. So we're going to start with this deck, please, Spirit, for piles 1, 2, and 3. The advice that will help piles 1, 2, and 3 make the most of this magical time, please. All right, so I'm seeing this one for pile 1, pile 2, and for pile 3. Okay, beautiful. Okay. And what piles 1, 2, and 3 need to release in order for them to make space for the new growth, please, Spirit? 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And let's see. As the changes occur, what can piles 1, 2, and 3 do to honor the changes and achieve balance? What can they do to achieve balance and harmony, please, Spirit? Piles 1, 2, and 3. In alignment with their highest good, with unconditional love. Thank you. Wow. Beautiful. Okay, so which of the seeds that piles 1, 2, and 3 planted will be ready to bloom next? What seeds are ready to bloom for piles 1, 2, and 3? There's 1. Well, actually, that's 3. Here's 2, and here's 1. Okay, I love that. What aspects of piles 1, 2, 3 are coming to light and ready to be appreciated? What aspects of piles 1, 2, and 3 are coming to light and ready to be appreciated? 1, 2, pile 3, 3. Okay, so the last card is going to be the card that helps you to draw your energy into the decks. So you've all been here with me. Perhaps you've already felt drawn to a pile, but we are now going to set the intention that this card right here, the change that's coming for you during the spring equinox, will also be the card that helps you to tune into the very best pile for you. So, Spirit, the change that is coming for pile 1, wow, okay, 2 and 3. So I actually had 3 cards fall out. So I'm seeing this is, I just said 1, but this is 3, 2, and 1. Does that feel right? I'm going to go with that and just ask if there's any additional. Okay. Any additional ones? Are we complete? Where's this one go? Okay. Do we need another one for pile 3? We need another one of these for pile 3. I'm going to say no. Okay, so I'm just going to take these top 2 for piles 1 and 2. Okay. So for pile number 1, you have the void. Pile number 2, you have sap of the moon plant. Beautiful. And pile number 3, you have the red and the white rose. Okay, so here we are. We have our 3 piles. So take a moment and tune into the pile that you feel like has the best messages for you, since I mixed up piles 1 and 3 with my verbiage, and you might have multiple piles here for you. I feel like that's definitely a possibility. So tune into your intuition, listen to what your heart guides you to do, and I will see you in these readings. Hello, pile number 1. You were drawn here to the card of the void. All right, so let's see what your other card is here. So we have oil of vitriol. Okay, so we are asking Spirit today for guidance and information about what is coming forward, what is changing for you around the spring equinox. And from just these 2 cards, I feel like we are getting major, major death and rebirth. So the void is all about the space of dissolving into the nothingness. Not that we are not nothing, but sometimes we need to allow ourselves to completely surrender and release everything, so then we can find ourselves back into a place of lightness. So it's like the ability to like go to sleep every night. Like we go to sleep every night for us to purge our mind and body, gives ourselves time to rest and recuperate and regenerate, and then we come back awakened the next morning fresh and renewed. I feel like this is potentially an emotional pattern. I feel very angry when I look at the lion. And so I feel like there's something that you're purifying that's either been like a form of emotions or something that's really been getting under your skin, something that's really been bothering you. Like this renewal springtime is like where you can shine light on whatever has really been like inkling, or like, I don't know, I just have this feeling where it's just like grit or an irritant, or like something's really getting on my nerves. And I feel like it's important to say, pile number 1, to be mindful of your reactions, to make sure you're responding, like dissolving into the nothingness, go to surrender, so that you are making choices from your higher self. This could also be other people being really reactive around you. And I think this is a sign for you to become the blank slate where nothing, like, you don't allow anything to penetrate your mind, body, and spirit that is not of the highest good. So take that how it will be in your own situation and circumstance, but let's see what else we are seeing here today. Trust the niggle. What is that feeling trying to tell you? Okay, we just talked about intuition. We just talked about there being something that's just like under your skin, driving you crazy. This could also be, this makes me feel like behind the veil, behind the curtain. This could be subconscious things. This could be intuitive things, like something that is like not necessarily in, like, I don't see it with my physical eyes. Like these are things that are just like not sitting well with me. Something's not right about this. Something is just like, God, this person makes me angry, or like this situation's just not okay, or like, you know, like you don't necessarily know exactly what, you can't put your finger on it exactly, but I do feel like during the spring equinox, this is going to be able to be transformed in some way, which is wonderful. Release the petals. Transformation, death, and rebirth, shedding, and all change. Wow, we literally just said that. So there is a huge opportunity for something to be released And for me, this feels like this has been a build up. Like this is not this is a long, it's been something that's long term. Like this is something that we have been either holding on to that might not even be ours, or like maybe this person's been around us for a long time. But as we approach this new phase of life, I do feel like just let it all go. Go into the void. Let it be. And I think that kind of surrender is going to be so healing for you. We have the seer. Wow, we just talked about intuition, like in the third eye. And you could also be, again, intuitively picking up on things that are clouding your vision because you don't know whether it's yours or not yours, or but I love how it goes from like almost a protective, like holding my stomach, like this power, like, because our power is located in our solar plexus. So if we have an uneasy feeling or a weird interaction with people, it's very normal for us to have stomach problems. I mean, think about how many people in the world have like IBS, and it can connect to yellow, your personal power. But I do think that this might have something to do with your spiritual power, your spiritual sight, and just seeing yourself in a very, like, maybe people have taken your power or you've given your power away. But with this kind of energy and this kind of transformation, I feel like you're taking your power back. You're loving yourself unconditionally. I mean, you're glowing. You're a radiant beacon of light. It's beautiful. Completion. Wow. Okay. So the cycle. So as you surrender, as you release, and as you just embrace the change, the cycle is going to be completed. You'll see things clearly. You'll understand what your intuition's leading you to. It's all about the bigger picture. I think there's a much, much bigger picture at play that maybe you don't see yet. But by surrendering and trusting the process, you're completing cycles on a lot of levels here, pile number one. Artemis focus. Wow. Okay. Look at how just she pulls her arrow back and she shoots it forward, and she shoots with a strong shot. Like, to me, Artemis is kind of, it gives me Sagittarius vibes with the big bow. And Sagittarius are very much about higher wisdom and learning. And I mean, the centaur is, well, Sagittarius, they're also the life of the party, but like they have an air of wisdom about them. And when you really focus on this intuitive wisdom, look at her third eye here, her crown, her jewel. Yeah, the more you focus in meditation, the more you focus on what it is that you want for you, your essence, your truth, I feel like that is what's going to propel you into this completion of this cycle. To trust that this change is, like, if there's a lot of chaos around you, that you stay focused on your path and not allowing yourself to get like sucked into all of this, like, mumbo jumbo is what I would call it. But you will see things clearly with the spring energy, and you'll know exactly what it is that you need to surrender, with great clarity is what I'm hearing. So let's draw some tarot cards for you, pile number one. And Spirit, we know that change is coming for pile number one. We know that it has to do with their intuition and seeing things clearly, and to focus their energy. What would you like pile number one to focus their energy on? I know we're talking about death and rebirth, change. Is there a specific area of life? Is there a specific thing that they can focus on? Could you please share with us this guidance, Spirit, for pile number one? Okay. So, guys, we can't make this up. Change is coming. The tower. And the tower is sometimes outside change. So if you know, like, maybe intuitively you're picking up, like, maybe you'll get it. Oh my God, death and rebirth. Holy moly. Pile number one. This is like major transformation. So, oh man. Okay. So many things. the Six of Pentacles, the Magician. Wow. Okay. Yes. Love this for you. The Empress. Yes. Love this for you so much. And the Seven of Swords. Wow. Okay. This is amazing. Okay, let's move him up here. And then we'll do this. Okay. So this major transformation that's coming quickly is to bring you into a whole new realm. I feel like maybe, I don't want to say you've been shortchanged with some things, but there's an element here about like taking your power back, standing and seeing the truth of who you are, completing a major life cycle. And the external world, I feel like this is more about your internal power coming back to you and you seeing you as this very powerful, like, I don't know, not quite fighter and warrior, but it's just more like this. I have such a strong foundation and a strong knowing of who I am that like people can't take me, like can't pull the rug out from underneath me anymore. People can't like pull the wool over my eyes. People can't tell me, like, if people project their crap on me, I know it's not me, it's them. You know, it's like this strong knowing about who you are. And because of this knowing, the outside world is going to totally shift and transform for you too. What this makes me feel, it could be potentially jobs, it could be potentially like a financial situation, it could be like your home. But I do want to let you know that this universe is doing this, Spirit's gifting this to you because you deserve to be in reciprocity with life. You deserve more abundance, you deserve more of the creator's gifts, is what I'm picking up on. This is something that you are now creating for yourself, this abundance, this new beginning. I mean, this is going to be very fruitful for you. Just make sure you stay focused on whatever it is you're creating and truly turning this vision into a reality. So if you have started any projects recently, or if you're someone who's taking emotions and like maybe you're turning them into artwork, or maybe you know, you are looking for a new job and you've been looking and you're not finding something, and then all of a sudden you get a download and it's like, oh my god, I have to write this book, or oh my gosh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, the more you can stay focused on this and complete this project and this cycle of this, but it's almost like somebody betrayed you, or like, I don't know, but we don't have to worry about that because it's done and it's in the past, and we're not doing that anymore. Because pile number one, you're the Empress. You get downloads from Spirit. You know what the vision is. You see it clear as day. You knew it was coming. You're just starting a whole new path of how we're going to be able to like live this abundant, fertile life. If you also have been wanting to have kids, or if you're like, you know, fertile in that way, like it's a very opportune time for abundance, like in the physical realm with like actual money, or if you're trying to have kiddos, like that would be a very big transformation, knowing that surrendering to a new stage of life by birthing kids. Um, this could also be a relationship for some of you. You know, maybe you've always known that the person you're with, or like the past was just, you know, hanging around, and now you're like severing ties, recognizing that you deserve better and an equal partnership that is equal in balance and giving and taking. You're manifesting a new partner that serves you and your highest good. This is the kind of energy that is present here. So very exciting and new opportunities are coming forward. I do want to ask a little bit more. Let me actually, I don't think I need to ask. The Seven of Swords, part of me just doesn't even want to look at it because I'm like, we're not going there. Like, I understand that there was some trickery involved, but I just am like, we're not playing that game anymore. Just, this is what makes me truly angry. That's the piece that I want to surrender and let go, because when I look at this, I get filled with so much just, oh, this is the part. And you know what, look at that. Look at how the crow and this, I almost called it a tiger, but lion, how their mouths are open, and it's just like, absolutely effing not. We're not doing this. Stop it. That's kind of how this makes me feel. So we're not going here. This is dead and gone. Like, I don't even want to see it. Goodbye. We're not going there. Okay, let me take a breath and compose myself because I got really passionate there, pile number one. I think that's also part of this, to be mindful of yourself becoming very passionate about things that could be a distraction. So just keep focused on the things that you truly value and truly want for yourself, and know that by doing the day-to-day action, surrendering what was, taking care of yourself, embracing the new, this is going to bring you so much abundance, pile number one, in the best way. So you're letting something go because this radical transformation is going to bring you something so much better. I'm so excited for you. Pile number one, this is your reading today. If you feel called, or if you enjoyed this reading, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you get notified every time I upload a video or a reading. And if you want to let us know what's transforming in your life in the comments below, myself and the community would love to hear from you. We are sending so much love and support your way. Have a beautiful day, pile one. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number two. You are drawn here to the card of Sap of the Moon Plant. So today we've asked Spirit to share some information about what is changing for you with this spring equinox energy. And this card in particular is all about the dream realm and the unconscious and what comes up for us during our dreams at night. So if you don't already have a dream journal or take notes about your dreams, now would be a great time to jot down any of the dreams that you remember at nighttime, because it's your subconscious trying to tell you something. It also can be a great way for us to heal from past memories or our imagination, anything that maybe is deep within us that our conscious mind has a hard time connecting to. That's going to be really key for you here. Let's look at this one. Okay, so we have the despicable face. So I feel like with this card combination, this is definitely something that's hidden from you, but it's going to be seen. It's going to come into the light. Maybe there's something that has happened in the past that it doesn't sit well with you. Like, it's not something that you're proud of, or, there's something that's just like uneasy, I feel like, with this card. But as we allow ourselves to go through this spring renewal, it's important that we express our truth and our true selves, and our truth will absolutely come forward through our dream realm. And it's important that, like, this is very messy, and this is also about accepting that sometimes life is messy and that no one on earth is perfect, and through honesty and acceptance, that is what can heal everything, all of our past experiences or perceived mistakes or failures. So acceptance and just honesty, I feel like, are going to be very important for you during this spring equinox. But let's see what else Spirit has to share with you, pile number two. The initiation, the rite of passage, crossing the threshold. This is like also the two realms of like the subconscious and the conscious mind, or like the physical realm and the spiritual realm, and like having these aha moments, this transformative experience. Like, this is great, pile number two, because you're going to be able to see something in a completely different way that helps you to transform something that you want to. Healing the mother line, healing ancestral work, mother line, growing up. Okay, so you've been working on this. You've already been working on healing something of your past, connecting to your divine feminine, patterns and things that you could have had from your family lineage. It's some type of healing work. And if you have been doing any type of healing with your past experiences, know that the work that you've been doing is this alchemy that you've been doing, this transformation you've been doing. It's coming into fruition. You're going to start to be able to see the fruits of your labor. Wow, Star Nation ancestors. Wow, you cannot make this up. Lunation, under the stars, the ancestors. This is we have ancestral work. Like you're breaking huge karmic patterns, huge. Like I have full body shivers right now. I'm like, I need to take a breath because this is very big. The waters from the subconscious flowing. You could also have people come from your ancestors and relatives in your dream time, like to come and give you messages, or maybe you have an encounter with one of your relatives who has crossed over and they give you a message, or, you know, where it's just like you have an experience that really allows you to transform something. That's not going to be for everyone, especially if that doesn't resonate with you or you don't want those experiences. But I do feel like for those who does want that, it is definitely in the cards. There's also some DNA healing. So if anyone has been dealing with some type of health issue or something that they're embarrassed or they don't talk about, things that might be hidden. So this could be like an emotional pattern or like I don't know, it's really like, for instance, I have really bad eczema on my legs and I don't want people to see them, so I wear pants. And I've been working on healing this eczema for several months, and now I've been trying some new things and crossing the threshold. That's kind of what this feels like. My grandma also has eczema and psoriasis, so for some of you, it might be linked to something like that. But I do feel like there's a mind, body, spirit connection within this reading for sure. Wow, creativity. Wow, this is such a nice change in the energy. I really like that. And I really like that we have the blue. Like these two cards just kind of seem to go together with this reading. I like that. So maybe changing the way that we see something creatively. I'm not sure. Let's see what else. Ooh, spiritual partnership. Wow. We just talked about that. Having spirit come to our ancestors come to us and working with us. Very cool. Let's see, last one. Nike Ambition. Okay. So I feel like so for some of you, if you're working on a project that helps you to heal, like you're channeling some of your soul gifts into a project, to keep going and to ask for spirit to assist you if you feel called to do that, because this movement forward, it's creating waves, momentums. Also, I think some insights might come to you on how to make waves in the dream realm. Emotional waters is also a word I just heard. Keeping your eye on the prize. Also, if some of you have felt stuck and stagnant for quite some time, because I feel like here we have all of this color, and then in the middle here it's kind of brown. I feel like that's kind of some stagnant energy. Know that you're going to move through it, and you're going to get your energy and your desires to like make something creative happen. There was a pause for a reason. So if you went through like what I would call a winter period or like a dark night of the soul, we literally just went through winter in the northern hemisphere. But I do feel like there's something about like the pause came for a specific reason. And now the muddied waters are going to run clear, is what I'm hearing. I also think that with this growing up, it keeps snagging me. It's more about through different phases of life, we learn different lessons. And as cliche as it sounds, with age comes wisdom. So I feel like there's something that you've walked through or experienced that maybe you tucked away that now is coming forward for you to learn from, to then give you this creative fire again, to co-create with spirit something brand new. I love that for you. Let's see what else spirit has to share with you, pile number 2. Spirit, could you kindly share with pile number 2? Thank you. What else they need to know about the spring equinox energy? What's coming? What they can anticipate? Any other ones? Whoa, too many. Whoa, but we will take that one. Okay. So the first set that popped out was the Tower and the Nine of Pentacles. And then we had the Eight of Swords, and the first card that was revealed was the Ten of Cups. Okay, so we do know change is coming. Spring equinox always, brings change. But I do feel like this is change that's going to affect, with the Nine of Pentacles, it's like materials, like independent wealth, self-sufficiency, doing things independently. I think you're breaking free and gaining your independence. That brings you a lot of emotional fulfillment. So this could be a pattern that you're breaking free from, again, from the family lineage, or maybe, again, we're talking about those illnesses. Anything that just like really personally affects you as an individual is what you are breaking away from. Like I mentioned with my psoriasis on my legs or my eczema on my legs, like that doesn't affect anyone else, but I'm doing different things to create change so that I'm free from this experience. And that's going to be very fulfilling for me personally, because it's going to get warm and I'm going to be wearing shorts. So that's kind of the flavor of this right now, is like holding that forward focus on taking the actions that I know I need to do to be able to cross the threshold to heal a pattern that comes from my family line. Be fun with this. Like, there's nothing that, like, change doesn't have to mean suffering. I don't know why I feel like I have to say that, but I feel like I do. Change does not have to be horrible. So one of the things that I've recently done is I bought myself a trampoline, like one of those workout rebounders in my living room. And I love them because, first off, tends to my inner child, and it brings me a lot of joy. I call it my time to jump for joy. And it helps to, one, shift my energy. Two, it's really good for your physical body and for lymphatic drainage. And three, it's just fun and it's a creative way to be more active. And so I feel like spirit with this creativity is like, find something like that it can be applied to you and your situation and co-create a new reality for yourself. I think it's going to come in the dream time, and I think you'll see it very, very clearly. So just have patience. Again, have your dream journal next to you and trust the process is what I'm also hearing. Let's ask now for just any other messages, guidance from spirit for you, pile number 2, that will best serve you and your highest good. Okay, so we have the Three of Wands. We have the Eight of Cups, the Six of Wands, the Emperor. Wow. The Three of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, so definitely moving on, definitely taking control of your future, of your circumstances. And you know what? I like this Four of Pentacles because every time the Four of Pentacles in the tarot pack can mean holding on to something out of scarcity, holding on to something that doesn't always serve us in our highest good. It's like the want for long-term security. But when I look at this card, I just feel like she's going from a place where she is like maybe lost in the city to a new threshold where she's putting boundaries up and she's taking her wisdom and experience with her. Like, to me, this is not something that is holding on to anything in a negative way. It's just like, these are my experiences. Yes, I have them. She sees where she comes from. And I feel like you're okay with this bag. Like, there's something about the baggage is okay to be like left here, and then you keep moving along your path. Interesting. I see it move today, which is so curious. You're being very strategic about this because this brings that independence that you long for, this victory, this recognition. It's like taken some time, which is totally okay. With the Three of Wands, I don't feel like this is like explosive movement. Like this is, you have teamwork here, you have teamwork here. Like this is collaboration. This is like seeing the big, like pausing so we can see the horizon, so we know where we're moving to. Then we can have our victory. So it's like allowing what needs to come forward for us to see to come forward in the divine timing. So then when we are ready to move from one place to another, we know where we're going with focus. We can celebrate our victories because we have the plan, we have the foundation, we have the stability that we want to create what it is we desire so we can pack up and move on. Yeah, that's beautiful. It brings freedom, it brings emotional fulfillment, it brings independence. Like, this is beautiful. You start a whole new chapter within yourself that just brings you an entire new external reality. Like, you see things totally different and you go after it and you do the dang thing. And that's something to be so proud of yourself for, pile number 2. Congrats. This is amazing. Pile number 2, this is your reading for today. If you feel called and this reading resonated with you, to hit that like and subscribe button. You'll get notified every time I upload any of my readings. If you'd like to leave a comment in the comment section below and share with the community what it is you're shifting or what's coming up for you in the dream realm, or if you, whatever you feel like you want to share that's on your heart, we would love to hear from you. And we're sending so much love your way, pile number 2. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 3. You're drawn here to the red and the white rose. I'm very excited for this reading because to me, this is all about Kundalini rising. This is energy that's coming up from within, blooming, seeing your pearlescence, your magic, your essence like flow throughout your being. This is like spiritual awakening on another level. This is very cool. Okay, pile number 3. Let's see what else we got. Deep replenishment, retreat, rest, and be held. So when I look at this card, I'm immediately drawn to the cactus, which makes me think of plant medicine and also being on a desert, in the desert on a journey. And then I see these beautiful stars, like a destiny, something that was written in the stars for you. You've been in I don't want to say a dry place, but the desert is a place where it's a journey. Like, we're tested, we are seeking, like looking, exploring, trying to connect to truth of the cosmos from above. But this is almost like the need to like connect to your physical truth as well, like your day-to-day truth, your body, your breath. There's something about as above, so below, and this change in consciousness, perspective, being replenished with the water, deep replenishment. This is like spiritual renewal and cleansing. Like you are with this spring equinox energy having a spiritual awakening and a spiritual cleansing and renewal. Very cool. Lineage of the rose, moved by the goddess, here for this soul call and gather. Wow. Wow. Okay. I feel like she's making a wish here, like wishing and blowing on these like flower petals. And then here it's like, I don't know, it's deep devotion. It's like prayer to the Divine Mother. I don't even feel sad. I feel like the sadness phase is done. Now I just feel like I'm ready to be like washed clean. This is like resurrection. This is like Jesus reawakening. Like, this is like from the trials and the tribulations and the death, now there is life again. Like, and you're being called to like pause and allow your energies to culminate so then you can move forward on this new journey when the time is right. Authenticity, rainbow activation. That is really cool. Plan, animal totem, claiming. And then we also have forgiveness, change, and wisdom. Wow. Wow. Look like little butterflies in her hair. Third eye is just beaming. All your light codes activated. Wow. Okay. Okay. Lots of blue green here. Earth. Wow. Okay. The Divine Mother. There's so many things here, pile number 3. Okay. So I feel like you're connecting to yourself on a very, very different level through your heart. You're seeing your soul on you're just reborn again as an entirely different person. And I feel like you're using this power in a very, very gentle but strong way. Like the Kundalini is not a gentle energy, but I feel like through the activation of this, like you recognizing how strong you are as a soul and your gifts, it's like you find your place in the world. It's like you know where you belong, you know what you're here to do, you know the work that you're being called to step into, you know your truth, you speak it, well, as OD speaks his truth. You speak your truth. And through this, you create change on a very, very large scale. I also feel like you're a shaman or you have shamanic gifts because of the rainbow and being able to bridge between the realms, and then also with the animals and like animals really speaking to if you don't identify with shamanism, it could be like you have a very witchy vibe or a very earth-based vibe, or maybe you work with native cultures or native spirits, or there's something about being a wisdom keeper and working with the land and the earth for transformation to help with the greatest good of all. Like you see yourself in this, gosh, huge change, and you're stepping up into your soul calling. I think you're with the forgiveness piece. Forgiveness is all about like accepting something for what it is, for forgiving yourself, forgiving others, being open to the possibility of different ways of being, forgiving yourself for not knowing things in the past, for doing the best you could with the resources and the information and the consciousness that you had at the time. Because we're always doing the best we can in each and every now moment, or at least I would like to think that everyone is doing the best that they can at the consciousness level that they have. You know, people who are in pain, you know, act out from a place of where they are. You know, there's a saying, hurt people, and it's not for nothing. And I don't mean that like that you are here. I feel like you are here to maybe even help those people, because uh, I just keep looking at the bee, the humble bee, and just like how pivotal we would have nothing without the bees. Like we would literally not have food, we would not have plants, the animals would all we would all die. Like if we didn't have bees, we would literally all be dead. And so there's something about your energy playing such a huge role, but yet being such a humble being at the same time, because you carry this deep illuminate, like deep wisdom, like you glow. Like people come to you and maybe they act in all sorts of different ways because you carry a vibration that is not something that they're used to being around, but it's in the best way. Yeah, I love this so much. Like just so much. There's so much here. I'm looking at the world now, and it's like the waters The water's carrying a lot of wisdom. We also have the Fool. And we also had the waters here with the deep replenishment. We have the water here. There's something special about water for you. I even feel like water is the bringer of life. Without water, we have nothing, just like the bees. This is somehow it connects to your intuition. If you've never, or if, well, let me rephrase that. If you would like to connect to water, because it is such a strong life force energy and it is life giving, one way you can connect to water if you don't have water around you, like in a lake or ocean or stream or pond or whatever, is by taking baths for cleansing and renewal and replenishing. But then you can also connect and speak to your water and charge your water, like under a full moon or new moon. But you can also like talk to it. So like people who have tea rituals or coffee rituals or just water, you can actually infuse your energy into the water by speaking kindness to it and speaking your authenticity and speaking words of empowerment, words of wisdom into it, and then drinking it. So it's almost like you're healing yourself through your language and through water. So maybe if you feel called to play with that, you can even ask the water to infuse you with love and forgiveness, or the ability to embrace change and to welcome the new, to purify your consciousness. I mean, there's so many different ways you can do that. Or maybe you're actually someone who works with water and wildlife. Let's ask what else for pile number 3, Spirit. Any additional messages for pile number 3? Okay, so we have the 3 of Wands and the 6 of Wands. So take your time to really look at the water again. Expand your consciousness. Water is all like life force. It's the great mother. Oceans, and I'm hearing like the tide changing tides. So changing tides should be celebrated. Okay, so take time to figure out what your plan is and where you're going, what's on the horizon for you, and know that by you shining the spotlight down on this action plan, this step-by-step, whatever it is that you feel called to do with this, after you take time to replenish and welcome the new, it's going to be something that you're very successful in, that you'll receive recognition for. And I feel like that's really important here, to honor you for your work and for you to be able to see the bigger picture and to get the recognition for the work that you're going to do and contribute to the world. Number 3, Page of Cups. I love it. This is like you're a big dreamer. Again, like this water energy. Maybe you envision the world in a way that people just can't get behind because they just don't have the hope and the optimism that you do. King of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, wow, King of Cups, wow, the Moon, and the 5 of Wands, wow. Okay. So 2 king cards. This is huge. So you're very, very clear cut with your direction and your ways of thinking about this. And then also you're very much emotionally grounded and balanced with moving forward with this. With the Moon card too, and look at her swimming in the water. Wow. We also have the 2 pages. We have the Page of Cups and the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. Like, this is a lot of people. Like, this is a lot of influences, a lot of people. So you're going to definitely be stepping in, I feel like, a new type of, if it's not so I feel like it's going to be something that you love, but it's like passionate love, like, because it's something that means a lot to you, speaks from your heart, from your emotions, and it's like a new endeavor, but it's like it's just at the very, very beginning phase, but you're very, very intelligent about how it is you go about it. Like you're very strategic, you're very also practical about it, even if it does bring you a lot of, it's something you really like. I feel like there's so much support behind this. And you're also with the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like it's very much, you know, step by step process. We're not in a hurry. You know, we really want to take our time with this, have a lot of patience, and be applying this strategy to this new something. Like, this is not something that's going to just happen overnight because you are impacting a lot of people. The Moon card is interesting because the Moon is all about our unseen problems. It could be voluntary changes as well. So if there is any hiccups with this or something that we are not seeing, it would be with the Five of Wands, I feel. And this is going to be people who are trying to smush you. So I feel smush you because they're competitive, they see your great idea, they might have more, I don't know, there's something about people trying to knock you down, or maybe you don't see that the let's just ask spirit, let's ask spirit, because there's something about you being, this is very fortuitous for you, like you, all good stuff for you, but I want to know, spirit, more about this Five of Wands and perhaps what pile number 3 needs to know. Thank you. Okay. What is this about? Seven of Cups. Okay, so you'll just have a lot of choices. That's and to be following your intuition on the choices that you make. Connecting to higher wisdom and connecting to your intuition. That is a for sure. So it's not about competition. It's about making sure that you're in, a lot of opportunities will come forward, a lot of people, a lot of circumstances, and some of them are going to be snakes, and some of them are going to bring about, you know, chaos. So, and a lot of it you won't even, it's like there's a fog or an illusion. So by being very discerning, connecting to your intuition, and seeing in between the line and going with your gut, and taking things in a step-by-step process, this is how you see success and victory, because you have a lot of power behind you right now with creating this new thing and bringing it together, bringing people together. This is something spirit really wants for you, but right now I do feel like your gift, your idea is being protected. You're being called to rest and just state. Okay, so that's the Three of Wands as well, where we're like, really, what's the big picture? What is it that we want? Take time to pause, really reassess what feels like it's going to work out. Write it all down, make your list, you know, that way you have an action plan. And then you can, when you're finished with this uh, rest and digest period, you can really bloom and take this energy and turn it into this magnificent, abundant, fruitful new beginning for you. You're going to love it. You're a very strong leader. You're very wise. We need you to help lead this, whatever this is for you, for humanity. I mean, this is like big scale change. But again, it's like the humble bee, you know? They're patient, they're hardworking, the job gets done. But without them, without the king, we wouldn't have a kingdom. Like there wouldn't be, we wouldn't have everything else that flows and works either. So, pile number 3. This is your reading for today. If you feel called or if you enjoyed this reading, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you as a part of this beautiful community of light, and for you to share your wisdom. If you'd like to do that in the comments section below, we'd love to hear from you and what it is that you are dreaming, doing for the world. I am sending you so much love and success and lots of abundance and happiness. Pile number 3. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.